Can I start?
Okay, ready? Yeah. 3, 2.
So what do we say for the HLA? Why we took part?
Don't move chin.
It's alright, I'm just going to stop.
Just when you end it.
Don't look away.
Yeah,
That is not going anywhere.
Just another day at the office.
Hi, I'm no.
Most important thing is what I've learned from the HLA and adapting it and moving forward and making sure, you know, I make use of it. The reason why I don't know what to say. If I make a mistake, can I just take a pause and then start again?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I don't know what to say. Don't record this.
I've really enjoyed it. I've learnt so much, and I've really benefited from. Oh God, what have I benefited from? Oh.
Okay.
Is that it's been a fantastic. Oh no, I've lost it.
Can you give me a countdown?
I don't know how much to gesticulate. How much? It's quite a mellow person. I don't know.
I'm ready.
Thank you.
Okay, I think I'll chop and add some things. We're looking forward to seeing you. Bye-bye.
Hello, welcome to HLA Live. HLA Live is our regular broadcast on the HLA YouTube channel as well as all the other social media channels. Each week we talk to interesting people from across the HLA community.
Good evening, everyone. I am really excited to be chairing tonight's meeting.
Hi, I'm Rosie Spooner and I'm hosting HLA Live this Wednesday.
And I'm an HLA scholar and I'm also going to be your host this evening.
To share with us their ideas and their innovations and hopefully bring them to a global audience.
Quite quick, we have ideas, let's do this, let's do that. So
many of the topics come from our community, with scholars and faculty expressing an interest in many of the discussions that we're about to have.
Hello everyone and welcome to the HLA Live session on widening participation in the postgraduate realm.
Homelessness and health.
Addiction and the new normal.
HLA programs are built on 6 pillars. The leader is an innovator and entrepreneur. The leader is a communicator. The leader is a manager. The leader as a negotiator. The leader is a follower, and the leader is a philosopher. If you are interested in becoming a HLA scholar, why not get in contact? Many of the episodes in HLA Live will cover one or more of these important pillars. The HLA team consists of Pedra, Eamon, Tim, Riddy, Alistair, Adil and Trisha, and a range of other HLA scholars and faculty.
Hi, my name is Felix and I am a 4th year medical student from Imperial. Today I would like to talk about why you should apply to the HLA. You should apply to the HLA because the HLA is a fantastic platform which puts together a very, very diverse range of people. Each person has their own unique passion, unique interest, ranging from teaching, mental health and well-being, widening participation within, for medical school and higher education. And this diversity really brings together this opportunity for you to really broaden your horizon. And so your interactions with other scholars and also with the faculty on the HLA are really great opportunities for you to learn and develop new skills. So make sure you apply.
Hello, my name's Layla and I'm one of the HLA scholars for the Bristol cohort in 2020 to 2021. So anyone who has the energy and the passion to drive forward change in healthcare is somebody who should be applying to the HLA scholarship. It doesn't matter how much experience you have before, where you are in your career or where you're based. Whether you're a medical student, a practicing clinician or an allied healthcare professional, the HLA is a diverse community that supports the development of ideas. Whether you've got an idea at the moment, you're already involved in a project that you'd like to grow, or whether you're just keen to make healthcare better for the future, then the HLA scholarship is an opportunity for you to build on experiences that you already have and develop the tools that you'll need to drive forward successful projects. I've been so fortunate throughout my journey so far to get involved in a number of different experiences that have really allowed me to develop as a healthcare leader. So whether that be the HLA conference that takes place every year, a number of different campaigns, and working with my fellow scholars to develop both their projects and work on my own project with the MDU. The HLA scholarship is an experience that I highly encourage to everyone. Anyone who's keen and passionate, you'll have the most amazing journey.
Hello, my name is Jacob. I'm a final year medical student and previous HLA scholar. So the application was intense. So it was 3 stages, and honestly, when I look back, I realized the importance of each and every one of these stages, and I can see why each and every one of these stages were so important to ensure that you have the best candidates. And it was divided firstly into the essay stage, whereby it was very similar to a personal statement where you capture in a short essay as to why you think you are the best candidate for this role. Then secondly, it's the video. So this is almost a pitch. You in front of a camera, like I'm doing right now, stating as to why you think you are the best candidate and what your experience have showed you in terms of leadership. For me, I was doing this in the living room with my friends behind the camera, and it took almost about 200 takes. So waiting for results was not easy at all. For a lot of people who apply to the HLA, they apply at particular times in their career where they feel like they can most engage with the program. For example, during an intercalated year or during an F3 year. For me, I applied during what was about to be my intercalated year, and it was therefore very important that I got in the first time, as I really did not want to do this at a later point in my career, such as during the final year of medical school. And as a result, waiting for results was not easy, as it is with most other candidates. Often it will reveal deep insecurities, and I would say for anyone that's applying for this program, just be confident that all you can do is your best, put your all into the essay, put your all into the video pitch, put your all into the interview, and all you can do is wait and know that there is a fair process and the results will just be reflective of what they thought was best for you at that particular stage in time. And you can always apply again. So now that I'm a HLA alumni, I have the privilege of being able to look back at an amazing year. You learn so much as a HLA scholar. Truly, they bring out the leader that is within you. Every single person that applies to the HLA applies because they understand that they have leadership potential. I am a strong believer in learning from other leaders. Leadership is a collaborative effort. I look back at the other leaders that I learned from, not only my cohort directors or my HLA mentor, but also my fellow cohort members who I was able to have the privilege to see grow in their journey, also with their projects as well. I'm so thankful for my time. I look back and I really am encouraged to know that I've grown as a leader. I really, really encourage every single person to apply for the HLA, as it is truly a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
So how did I hear about the HLA? So I actually applied to the first ever HLA cohort back in 2017. At the time I was intercalating, so naturally had a lot more free time. I was on holiday in Dubai when I spotted an ad for the HLA and I thought, why not apply? So applying to the HLA requires a video and a statement. Filming yourself can be a little bit awkward and nerve-wracking, but practice definitely goes a long way. Most importantly, remember to be yourself. I was chuffed to find out that I was accepted to the HLA program, but being part of the first HLA cohort, I didn't really know what to expect. However, I was really looking forward to getting started and meeting the new group of scholars. Being interviewed by Johan is definitely a little bit nerve-wracking, but my advice is be yourself. Think through your answers so he can't catch you out. And remember, despite the hard exterior shell, Johan is quite reasonable once you get to know him. Being a HLA alumni, you're still very much part of the HLA community, and I've definitely made lifelong friends. Starting off as a founding scholar, I am now one of the HLA cohort directors, and I look forward to continuing my HLA journey into the foreseeable future. Best of luck to everyone that is applying this year.
Hi everyone, I'm Vasily, a final year student at Holyoke Medical School and HLA scholar on the Amsterdam cohort. I heard about the HLA for the first time through one of my colleagues, Nandi, who was a scholar just last year. So when I heard about the HLA, I wanted to dive a little bit further into what it did, how it got started in the first place. I've always been passionate about leadership and management, and I knew that I needed to find where the next step would have been, where I could have gone with my experience and expertise of being a student representative within my medical school, then chair of my student staff committee, as well as organizing national events as part of the student societies I was part of, and then being a BMA representative. And the HLA was the perfect platform for me to join and then progress with my interest and my future career in leadership. So that's why I decided to apply. In terms of the application process, well, it was intense. That's what I can say. I wanted to be able to portray the best version of myself that I could. And I never thought that an A4 paper would have been enough to create such a personal statement that will be able to display all the activities, all the initiatives that have been involved throughout my medical career as well as undergraduate studies and my personal life, and portray what being a leader to me truly meant, as well as proposing a project which could have been of interest for the HLA. So that was extremely stressful, and I worked, I remember, for hours in order to create the best personal statement possible. But I think what was really the most interesting part was actually creating video. That 1 minute video which was meant to explain to the HLA why I would have been the right person who was cut for becoming an HLA scholar. And I remember spending a couple of hours trying to figure out what message I wanted to portray and make sure that it came across. So that was really interesting, and it was the very first virtual recorded interview that I would have done within the couple of months thereafter during the lockdown, but it was a very interesting stepping stone, and I would totally do it again because I've learned so much through the process of applying for the HLA scholarship. Right after my interview, I remember I just wanted to get started right away. I wanted to dive deep into my HLA life, being able to meet new people, being able to interact with everyone, and start working on my project and, you know, advancing my leadership experience. And I think during the summer months, I was able to engage with the HLA cohort directors in Amsterdam, and then with Johan himself. And my initial project on empowering against stereotypes changed altogether to the project I'm working on at the moment in medical education and virtual clinical placement with Emma as part of my Medics Academy Fellowship. And I'm very thankful for the input which Johan has had in my HLA journey so earlier on by challenging what I was truly passionate about and what I would like to actually gain from the HLA itself. So I'm very thankful for that. I think the most exhilarating and thrilling moments so far have been every single day you get to spend with your HLA scholars. It doesn't matter whether it's the meeting with your mentor, it doesn't matter if it's just a meeting with Johan, or it's, for example, the welcome day in which would have been in London, you know, the very first virtual one in September, or the first day with your cohort. Every single day, it just fills you with so much energy, so much motivation to go out after that day and start working with all the amazing ideas that you've been able to gather from each other and all the incredible feedback to really push yourself and your project to be the best version that it can. And it's extremely exhilarating, it's fantastic, but it's also energy draining because you feel so ecstatic for the entire day, your entire 2 days you spend with your cohort. You're tired, you're just giving each other so much energy, so that's incredible. Of course, as you might know, I've also been co-chair of the HLA Virtual Conference 2020, which has been an extremely incredible event to take part in. I'd only joined it as part of the organizing team early this summer in July, August, and then I stepped into the role of co-chair alongside with Simon later in September. It's been an extremely busy organizing period of a couple of months, especially the last couple of months. We have been able to gather so much wealth of knowledge and expertise in leadership, in global health, in equality and diversity from all over the globe, from different specialities, different healthcare professions. And it's been incredible to be able to put it all together and deliver this series of keynotes and talks and workshops and panel discussions and expert-on-demand sessions and networking to delegates from all over the globe. We have had people attending from Saudi Arabia, Nepal, from the States, from Canada, from Singapore. It's been absolutely incredible, and I'm very thankful to have worked with such an inspirational team of individuals putting this all together. We have received such very positive feedback, and we're hoping to develop the content that we created even further into our certificate for leadership. And I'm very excited to be working on this, and I'm looking forward to pushing this content out there with you. But I would totally recommend anyone to take part in next year's organizing committee. All I can say is that it will be stressful, it will be difficult at points, but it will be extremely satisfying, and it'll be very rewarding, because looking back at all the work that we did, at all the effort and commitment that we put into creating the conference, I am 100% satisfied to have succeeded in delivering such a successful and inspirational conference. So thank you very much, team out there. I'm very glad to have worked with you.
I first heard about the HLA through being team leader of South West London of Street Doctors, a charity working on youth violence. This was when I was in 4th year of medical school. I remember at the time I reflected on my leadership experience and was speaking to a few friends and colleagues of mine who completed the programme. I was really excited to apply and to take my interest and passion of leadership to the next stage. Inevitably, I ended up applying in my final year, and this was just in time for when I started my F1. Well, I was originally rejected the first time I applied. I think Johan and the team were just playing hard to get, to be honest. I applied on a whim again when I was in my final year, when I was on elective in China before my F1. And after finishing my final year of med school. I based my essay on the person specification found on the HLA website. It's quite easy to be intimidated at first. I mean, I definitely was, but I remember some advice being given by one of my friends who just finished the HLA program, and they just told me just to be honest, tell your story, and most importantly, your leadership interests and goals. Also, make sure it's clear, concise, with a well-defined structure. My video was quite simple, a 1 to 2 minute video of me summarising my essay. It took me many takes in the end to make, but at the end I just made sure I was relaxed, looked mildly presentable, and made sure nothing incriminating was in the background. Well, the most unique aspect of the HLA is that the journey only begins after you finish the programme. Being an alumni, you have so many opportunities and the freedom to develop yourself and your network. You take on and continue the relationships you built and nurtured throughout the programme onto whatever the next stages of your career you might decide to take. For me, I developed valuable friendships in both the faculty and scholars and the surrounding team. I'm still connecting with scholars both of present and past, whether that be in being involved in events such as the conferences and the teaching days, or developing interesting medical educational resources in my area of interest, which is critical care. So actually doing this video, I've been doing a lot of reflecting of my career so far and the influence that the HLA has had. And I can say it's definitely been the backbone of my personal development as a doctor. I remember the first days as an F1 with the HLA, and now as a clinical fellow in critical care who's worked in ICU in both COVID surges. During that, I've also taken on a variety of other leadership roles, both in clinical projects and the BMA. I definitely have reflected on the advice and lessons that I've learned through everyone in the HLA on a daily basis, both in the faculty and scholars. So I hope you enjoyed the open day, or enjoy the remainder of this open day. And if you are interested in leadership in any form of way, I really recommend you apply, and hopefully see you in the HLA community.
Hi, my name is Amna. I'm a Healthcare Leadership Academy scholar based in Newcastle. I came across this programme by the Northern Deanery, which is a great supporter of its trainees developing a diverse skill set. The reason why I was attracted to this programme, as its aim is to empower the next generation of healthcare leaders and bring them all together and help learn from each other. This programme will help you develop your skills as a leader, but also it helps you network with established leaders within and outside of healthcare. If you have any interest in leadership, I encourage you to apply. This is a program which will push you outside of your comfort zone and bring you that bit closer to being the leader that you envision yourself being.
Hi, my name is Imran. I'm a final year medicine at University of Exeter, and I was one of the HLA scholars for last year. So first of all, I heard about HLA through my university. Basically, my university emailed all of the medical students and said, "This is a great opportunity, and feel free to take it up. And here's the link to the application portal." In terms of the application process, it was very different from what I'd ever done before because I never had to make a video for application before, and it was a bit stressful just because I was trying to really get the video as perfect as possible. But I really found it very interesting because it was very good practice for like public speaking as well. And the essay was really interesting, and it was similar to things that I had applied for before, and I basically wrote it in a similar manner as that. And yeah, so I found the application process really interesting and very unique, honestly. So the first HLA session was really great just because you got to see literally everyone from like every cohort, except for I guess people that weren't there. But like I think I got to talk to some people that I literally haven't talked to since recently, because you basically split up. But like honestly, every single part of that day was really great. You got to see new people, you got to meet new people, you got to like propose your projects to like a completely different audience from all across the UK that you've never met before, which is very interesting and honestly a very good experience. So I definitely say the first session is one of the most exciting sessions you can. Okay, so in terms of the community, the HLA is such a great community. I feel like there are definitely quite a few projects that I got involved in that I would not have without the help of the HLA community, and they've helped me with projects that aren't anything to do with the HLA at all. And I've met so many great people, like especially people that I worked with for the Med COVID conference, and so I would definitely say HLA community is one of the like best parts of being an HLA scholar or being part of the HLA community. And finally, as an HLA alumni, it's been amazing. Like again, I'm continuing to do projects and like meeting more and more people, and like just being part of the community means that like I have had the opportunity to ask others for help regarding various interviews I have coming up or various projects. So it really is like so important to like be part of the community, like get as engaged as possible. So yeah, I definitely would recommend becoming an HLA scholar and in the future becoming an HLA alumni.
Hi guys, my name's Asha. I'm a portfolio dentist who is a current HLA scholar for the 2020-2021 London cohort. I am quite an unconventional dentist where I hold a clinical role as a MaxFax specialty dentist. I also work for NHS England as a senior leadership fellow doing regional improvement in East of England, and I'm a clinical teacher at King's College in London teaching oral surgery. I was also asked to talk about the application process. We had to put a A4 spreadsheet, wasn't spreadsheet. Oh, if we had to put a spreadsheet together, we could collect numbers. We had to put a A4 sheet of paper together in any way or format that we wanted, and also record a 60-second video, which is very difficult for me because I do talk for Scotland. So recording a video within 60 seconds was going to be a challenge in itself. I decided to put the application together as a poster, so one sheet of paper, and I did it kind of colour themed, to put down all the leadership initiatives and experience that I've been involved in, as well as like my potential project that I would put through the HLA for this year if I was to obtain the scholarship. I was very adamant that I would try and get my personality across with the poster that was put together, because I'm really kind of feel that it's important that when you are applying for things that you are yourself, because there's no point pretending to be something that you're not. I had all these weird and wonderful ideas of putting a video together and, you know, making it creative. But when a global pandemic was happening, unfortunately, I didn't really quite get this time, and I ended up, you know, having to be in the hospital a lot more than what I'd expected. So all the kind of plans I had went out the window. So I bit the bullet, and one day after night shift, I got my phone, I sat down, put it against my laptop with my creative camera, iPhone equipment, and I recorded a 60-second video, which was primarily focused on getting my personality across and why I wanted to do the scholarship or be considered for the scholarship with HLA. So introducing yourself to fellow cohort members, this was fun. You know, being the only dentist in the room, I was like, oh my God, people are going to be like, you're just about teeth, when, you know, hashtag not just teeth is what dentistry is all about. The wide range of individuals within the London cohort and, you know, all the other cohorts that I met, but, you know, being within your group, your cohort, oh my God, it's crazy. Professionals from nursing to students to doctors to me. And actually, do you know what was really interesting was learning about the fact that, you know, regardless of what discipline you're in or speciality or stage of your career, everybody had that same vision, and it was a vision for change. So even though people had different specific interests, you just got that instant vibe with like change makers, and actually being able to be connected so easily with like change makers, I think is just so cool, because in day-to-day life, in a working environment, in a hospital, in primary care, within, you know, what role you're in, it's very difficult to actually sometimes connect with and meet like-minded individuals, whereas you were all put into a virtual room together, and I thought this was amazing. We had one or two inspirational speakers. We've had loads of inspirational speakers, but two that really hit me and got me. And I've made a really cool connection from one of the London cohort sessions. And this is something that I'm going to take forward now for like career and to make really good positive change. And I feel like the HLA just gives you that opportunity in order to connect with people that you otherwise might not have been able to connect with. Being a dentist, it's very difficult to connect with people in the rest of health and social care, even though I work in a hospital environment and I work on regional change. we're still quite siloed out of health and social care, and trying to bring us back in. I think HLA is going to be one of the first steps in doing this. We've created an HLA dentistry network, which we're going to take forward. As my mentor this year was the first HLA scholar who was a dentist, and was taken last year. And I think that it's really important that you in your life have mentors that share the same vision and passion. And I know that from the HLA scholarship, obtaining that, my mentor does have that, and it's going to be really exciting because there's a very small group of dentists in it, but I just know that every year that's going to grow and get bigger, and we can have that full integration of all disciplines and specialities within health and social care to improve and make positive change. And having organisations and scholarship with HLA is something that will really help drive that, and I'm so excited for the rest of my year.
Hello, my name is Nandi Nyama. I'm an F1 in Hull, and I was an HLA scholar year 2019 through 2020. I'm here today to talk you through a little bit about my HLA experience in the process. So I heard about it through Melody. She is an ex Hull York Med School student, so she's an alumni, and I was a student when I did the HLA, and she sent messages through the school, and that's how I heard about it and how I applied. The process of application itself was quite lengthy. I was applying to do the HLA lessons of the podcast, which meant I had to write an essay, do the video, and make a podcast of myself. This was my first attempt at making a podcast, so it was quite time consuming. Making a video of yourself pre the HLA can also be very time consuming. And the essay was probably the best bit, if I'm honest. I'd say any advice for that is take some time. Think about it. When I was doing my essay, it was June, July time, the application process. I think that might have shifted slightly, but it was close to exams. And the first year I heard about it, I didn't apply because I just didn't have enough time to plan it and fit it all in. So just taking that time to make sure it's a really good application, because that's, your stepping point in. So I guess now I'm post HLA. So I'm still involved with HLA Listen, serving as a mentor for the current podcast creators. I think the lovely thing about being post HLA is you still get all the networks and you still get to know all the people, minus a teeny bit of the stress. No, I'm kidding. It's really good to still be involved. I get to, well, not meet, but virtually meet all of you and share some advice. I think staying part of the HLA alumni also gives you the opportunity to get involved in projects that you maybe didn't have time for when you were a scholar. Doing more than one project is a lot to juggle. But we are all multifaceted and have lots of things that we're interested in and lots of pies we want to put lots of fingers in, and being a part of the HLA alumni helps you to do that, to select something that you're interested in and see if you can feed into it, whether it be the conferences or things like the HLA Live that's hosted every week, or the projects and the work that's delivered to foundation doctors or medical students, plugging into that, even stuff like the open day. Getting to stay part of alumni and being able to plug into that and to serve in that way and to give in that way, that's been really lovely. So I think that's everything I have to tell you, because the rest you have to see, otherwise why bother? But the final thing to say, I guess, is have a good time. It is a good time. It's an intense year and it flies by really quickly, and you are all very busy people and this is extra busyness, but if you're interested and you're passionate, you'll do great. The best thing to do is to throw yourself into it. The best way to do it is to throw yourself into it. Because then you stop being in the HLA and you get to be the HLA.
Hello and welcome to the HLA. My name's Ollie. I'm an assistant cohort director with the Bristol cohort. The first thing that you need to understand about the HLA is that primarily it's a community of people who are very impressive. Let your fellow scholars inspire you, but never doubt yourself in the process. The most important question that the HLA asks of you is, why do you want to be a leader? In my case, I want to be in a position to lead change because too many people I care about have been let down by mental health care services that aren't fit for purpose, and it's something I'm determined to do something about. Before embarking on this process, ask yourself, why do you want to be a leader? Because without that knowledge, you won't succeed.
Can I start?
Okay, ready? Yeah. 3, 2.
So what do we say for the HLA? Why we took part?
Don't move chin.
It's alright, I'm just going to stop.
Just when you end it.
Don't look away.
Yeah,
That is not going anywhere.
Just another day at the office.
Hi, I'm no.
Most important thing is what I've learned from the HLA and adapting it and moving forward and making sure, you know, I make use of it. The reason why I don't know what to say now.
If I make a mistake, can I just take a pause and then start again?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Don't really know what to say. Don't record this.
I've really enjoyed it. I've learned so much, and I've really benefited from. Oh God, what have I benefited from? Oh.
Okay.
Is that it's been a fantastic. Oh no, I've lost it.
Can you give me a countdown?
I don't know how much to gesticulate. How much? It's quite a mellow person. I don't know.
I'm ready.
Thank you.
Okay, I think I'll chop and add some things.
We're looking forward to seeing you. Bye bye.